everybody, welcome back to another But the Good Way Minecraft video. And today I have the 10 to 1 scale RMS Olympic of 1911. Update number 3. Yeah, number 3. Um, so, in case you haven't seen, I do have updates 1 and 2. Basically, update 1 I did back, when was it? Uh, April, April 10th of 2024. Um, and then, so I started the project in January of 2024. Made update 1 in April 10th. Um, and then I made another update on October 14th. Um, so there is, if you've seen update 1, you might know that April 10th is kind of a special day. That is the day when Titanic left Southampton on its final and only voyage, and nearly collided with the SS City of New York. That's a fact that a lot of people don't know, is that about the collision between the SS City of New York and the Titanic. However, it is also my birthday, so that's fun. It turns out it is also other people's birthday in Cervix. If you're familiar with Rain, that I've mentioned in previous videos and seen in previous videos, it is also her birthday, and it is also Jamie's birthday today, and it is also my dog Elvis's birthday today. So you got 4 whole birthdays in one. Um, yeah, pretty exciting. Uh, so yeah, I figured since, Titanic, it's kind of a special day for Titanic. It's also my birthday. It's special in 2 ways again. I figured I'd do another update video. It's just kind of been like about 6 months. It was 6 months between part 1 and 2, or update 1 and 2. So it's another 6 months between 2 and 3. Hopefully update 4 will be out sooner, in less than 6 months. But I guess we'll have to see how that goes. But anyway, I am here not exactly to yap about everything, but to show you my progress on this. So as you can see, I've done quite a bit. The whale deck is finished. I think I showed that in the last part. As for the forecastle, I've done all the detailing up here. You can see the steam winches, a little vent from the kitchen, the rope store, the other vents here. So some are Olympic specific details, like on the Titanic, there was a skylight and a more round vent here. However, on the Olympic, it just had this single vent here, like this more square vent. So I did notice that. And I got the cargo hatch, another steam winch. I got the anchor chains, all the bollards, the big old anchor up at the front. It's a big anchor. I mean, it is 10 to 1 scale, but it is a big anchor. Um, so, yeah, you can really just see all the details that I've done, like all the handrails on here. Um, yeah. As for the mast, I did start the mast. Um, however, I basically I did most of the mast. The world height limit was still a little screwed up with my height limit mod. Um, so I did most of it, and then I was doing something with my mods or just something with my computer, and somehow the world height mod escaped the mods folder, um, which means it cut off the rest of the mast there. So I had done the crow's nest and everything, and then it cut it off. So it's kind of disappointing. Gonna have to redo that. I do have pictures and everything of it, um, so I should be able to get it redone fairly easily once I get the mod back. Um, I mean, I'm probably gonna do that once I finish like the rest of the ship, finish the masts. So it's probably not gonna be for a while. But it is done-ish. So I have all those details up there. You can see I have the spare anchor. Um, what else do I have? I mean, you can kind of really see everything that's here. Steam winch. Um, You know, the cargo hatch I showed before. These big ol' anchor chains themselves, those were kind of a pain to do. Because, you know, they are angled outward and also angled because of the shear, and also in a little intricate pattern. So let's go down there. And in reality, this would have been just a big old hole, which goes out to the side of the ship. However, I have not done that. I've not added that. I don't know if I will add it, but for now, it's just kind of blocked off with this red terracotta. You know, you got the anchor crane. Not really much to say about what I've done, more just to show. But it is here. This is kind of the progress I've been making. Um, as you can see, I have done quite a bit of work on B deck and A deck here, so I'm actually starting the superstructure now. Quite lovely. I haven't gotten any like the portholes or anything or the windows yet. But I do have what's essentially the basic structure of B deck finished. So you can see I have the wall here and the promenade thing. I got all the frames put in inside and these inner walls. I kind of have to put in these inner walls. It's not really interior. Um, I do kind of have to put in the walls though because it's technically part of the exterior. Since if you go back here, there would have been like a little gate here, removable gate. So this is all technically part of the exterior. So that's why I've added all these walls here. Um, so yeah, I've gotten all this done. You know, again, this part of the ship is ship specific. This was only on the Olympic, where Olympic had this extended B-deck promenade, open promenade, I should say. Um, basically, Titanic, its open promenade ended at about here, I think, right after these boarding gates. But Olympics was quite a bit longer because, you know, this whole deck was a promenade and not cut off there. However, that was, I believe that was changed later on in her career. The Olympic was changed on B deck. Basically removed this whole B deck promenade to look like Titanic. I have done the stern area. I haven't gotten many of the details, just these cargo hatches, vent, and this electric cargo winch. Um, but yeah, not like the cargo cranes or anything, or any of the machinery down here. I have mainly been focusing on the superstructure here, just kind of getting the ship in its form and a proper form. I have done some details down here, like I've done these windows and doors and some lights around here, but I've not really gone any further than that. As you can see, I got the staircases and handrails onto B deck. I do have the little space that goes behind this second class staircase, as you can see. Oh yes, and a pretty major accomplishment. If you go down over to here to the stern, I actually did the shell plating finally. That was a huge pain to do. I had to redo it like 4 times to get it right. Um, but I also completed the rudder and propellers, which the propellers were also quite a bit of a big pain to do, but I did manage to get them done. Um, this one I just it does kind of get in the way of the hull there, but I don't really care. I don't know where the dimensioning went wrong, but nah, it's there. It's good enough for me. You know, the central propeller is 4-bladed, because on Olympic they used 4 blades in 1911. Um, I know a lot of people are all about the like Titanic theory that it had 3 blades, which, you know, based on evidence seems to be true. I just usually stick with 4 central, the 4-bladed central propeller. That's just what I've basically grown up learning. I guess I'm just not ready to change sides yet. But anyway, this isn't Titanic. This is Olympic, and I know Olympic had a 4-bladed. We all know Olympic had a 4-bladed propeller in 1911. You know, I got the other propeller over there. But yeah, for the rudder is actually pretty easy. Just had to figure out design for these hinges, big ol' plates across. I think I did refine this stern just a tad bit to make it look a little prettier. I can't exactly confirm that though. Um, and for the rudder, what a lot of people don't really realize is you have the hinges here, and then the rudder basically goes on top of that last hinge, and is a giant pole up into the ship here, which connects to the steering gear up in the poop deck. So there's that big ol' stern. Again, I haven't really gotten any of the details. I'm not really sure if I will do any of the detailing on the hull. Like maybe I'll do the portholes or something. I don't plan to do each individual rivet though. That would take forever. Like literally forever. Um, but yeah, you can see, as I did mention, I have B deck basically I done. I've been working on A deck a bit. You can see my cake I made. This is a little cake I made for me, Rain, Jamie, and Elvis. You can see up here. Happy birthday. And this 1/5 scale Titanic is courtesy of Finn McShipbuilder. You can really just look up 1/5 scale Minecraft Titanic. Pop right up. I guess I got cherries and whatever. Basically, Jamie said to build him a cake. To build Jamie a cake. So he sent me a video on some guy making a big Minecraft cake, like a Minecraft cake, but like a big version. And I said, I can do better. And he said, prove it. And so I built this with the Titanic. He was disappointed that I didn't put Normandy up here. I believe that is his favorite ship. But A deck, I got the overhang here again. You can see I have referenced Titanic Honor and Glory a lot. Where I do have THG. I have 401 on my computer now, so I can reference a lot more easier. I've really only done this one side of the open promenade on Olympic on A deck. Just to fly around here. One thing I did notice, actually, right before I made the video, actually, before I go to that, I do want to show you, there are two little bits in the promenade that you might notice. There is like a little line there that seems a bit out of place, the frame there. And then also, if we head up over to the bow area, closer to the bow, we can find another little split down the middle there. Another out of place frame. Those are actually the expansion joints, so those frames were actually there in the promenade. It's quite interesting. As for this little portion right here, these forward frames, you can see this is actually pretty interesting. You have these frames, they weren't exactly spaced equally. Basically, this first opening was spaced 2 frames apart. Next one was only spaced 1 frame apart, and there was basically 2 the rest of the way along. Up here, you can see it starts at the 2 frames apart, and that's because this is where the basically lookout thingy was, whatever it's called, sat on top, which is only 2 frames long. And then the rest of these are 2 frames apart again, except for that frame. Somehow I made this like a 1 frame too short or too long or something. I don't really know how. So just kind of had to accommodate that by putting the frame, one frame gap in between that one. Not exactly perfectly accurate, but it's there. What is interesting though is if you go over to here on B deck, we can see the first 2 B deck openings, last 2 B deck openings have only 1 frame apart, and the rest are 2, which I find to be kind of interesting. Don't exactly know why they did that, but they did. But yeah, so as for future updates, I'm hoping basically the rest of the superstructure is done. All of A deck and probably the basic boat deck superstructure. Probably start that after A deck. So probably all that'll be done. I'll probably have more detail. I'll probably like finish detailing the stern, well deck, and poop deck. Um, yeah, another little thing that I was gonna say earlier is this basically lookout bridge thing on Titanic. It actually came out a little bit, like the whole thing was extended outward. Like, see if I can get an example going here. If we just do like move 4, actually, extended out a little bit just for those 2 frames for the lookout to sit on. However, on Olympic, it was flush with ADAC, the ADAC wall here. So I have incorporated that as well as a ship-specific detail. Um, yeah, I mean, that really is all for this update. I don't really got much else to say. Oh yeah, and I'll also probably have like the windows done for B deck for the next update. But yeah. Um, so I guess just subscribe, like, whatever you want to do. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video, whichever that one may be. So bye for now.